niggas teaming up to stop us. Probably gonna get that CoJack. I don't think you should follow up. Shout out my people out and follow up. Walked off the scene, but know that we still counting up. It's gonna be stomach aches for people that was doubting us.
FollowUp Podcast. CoJack FollowUp Podcast. Vante the Villain here. To my right. Y'all know what time it is, man. As I said, we doing everything earlier than normal now because we want to make sure everything runs smoothly, as we added a lot of things to this year's production with the qualifying list. So real quick, we're going to go ahead and talk about how do you qualify for this year's top 10 list. Mind you, I'm already 17 names in the people who have already qualified. This year, the deadline to qualify is November 30th, 11:59 p.m. because the fan vote begins December 1st. And the fan vote ends December 13th as well, meaning you got those 13 days to vote. We will have the poll up, same thing as last year. 100 names, 110 tops. We'll figure those things out. As far as the staff that is voting currently, we have 6 people, and we have 1 spot open that we have not filled yet. So we're going to try to figure that out pretty soon. So currently, we have me, CoJack, we got Vante the Villain, we got Jaden, we got Ill Sounds, we got Dell, and we got Solo Vision. Those are the 6. All of those guys have voted before. They've all been a part of it. So they're at this point, they're veterans in this. And we have 1 spot open. There are a few names that we're deciding on right now for that spot. But it will be credible. It will be somebody that makes sense.
Have me and Il ever voted together? Or was it Solo? It was Solo. No, did Il vote? Il voted last year, or the year before.
Il voted. You didn't vote because you were in jail. Okay, and you're too close to the mic. We got to stay focused.
2 years ago, Il voted.
No, he didn't.
So I wasn't in.
I just said that. I said you didn't because you were in jail last year.
I thought your no was a year.
All right, so this year. The top 10 criteria, 5 songs in 2019. Last year, I think it was 3. 5 songs should be reasonable for everyone to vote. So you old heads who aren't going to qualify, you guys are going to complain that you're not top 10 or you're going to say you are. We don't care about what you did 2 years ago or 3 years ago. And not even old heads. It's some people who haven't been real active this year that were active last year. I'm emphasizing this right now. If you didn't put out 5 songs, you're not going to matter.
Not going to make it.
And I mean, if you put out 1 song this year, what makes you feel like you're the hottest in the city, or you feel like you're going to make it? So you know what I mean.
Not going to make it.
So 5 songs to qualify. Also, you need 1 music video to qualify. That's the new thing that we're implementing. Reason why we're implementing a music video is because this year's top 10 list will not just be audio. We will have a full documentary leading up to the top 10 list and during the top 10 list. And also we are recording the entire process. And when I go to edit that process, when we start talking about the top 10 and certain artists that we're voting on or certain artists that we're battling through, you might not see us at the round table debating. You may see that person's video playing. Might not necessarily hear the music, but you're going to see the visual of that artist. But you'll see that for all top 10 as well when we get to that point of things. So those are the 2 things you're going to need to qualify this year. I was going to downplay. I was going to say, hey, you can't have your music on SoundCloud. It got to be on all streaming platforms. I was going to do that, but I'm going to give everybody this year. I'm going to let SoundCloud live 1 more year.
SoundCloud trying to thrive out here. They trying to thrive.
SoundCloud is dying. It's dead.
Not as long as Chance the Rapper's around.
But if you still put your music on SoundCloud, it's not benefiting you. But next year, SoundCloud will not be implemented. It would have to be on Tidal, Spotify, Apple Music, Google Play. It would have to be on those. But this year, we're going to allow people to have their music on SoundCloud as well. As far as original content goes, if you have all covers, like if you're doing all remixes, you're not going to make the top 10 list. I'm just going to tell you that now. I'll allow you to qualify. We'll talk about you. We'll get you some exposure. But that's going to...
Not going to make it.
Yeah, you're going to get killed with that. As far as our judging system goes, how things are going to flow, we're going to talk strengths and weaknesses when we're talking about each artist. If you don't have no strengths, you won't hear us talk about your strengths. If you ain't got no weaknesses, every artist has weaknesses. So
if you don't have any strengths, you're not going to make it.
He playing. I'm being real. He playing games.
I'm for real.
All right. Okay.
For real
As far as the criteria goes, man, production quality is going to be something. When we're judging, production quality is going to matter. Mm-hmm. Impact is going to matter when you drop music. Meaning, if you drop the song and it could be fire, but if ain't nobody heard it, that's going to matter. Come voting. This top 10 list, everyone should know by now, is not biased and it's not based off of clout or popularity. It's not based off none of that. But by now, this being the 5th list, there is no excuse for anyone to not be able to put themselves out there with their music because everyone has the same tools. Everyone has the same free platforms. YouTube is free. Instagram is free. Facebook is free. Everyone claims they have money and they're rich. Everyone claims they baller. So there's no excuse for you not to be able to put yourself out there.
Make it happen.
So we also are going to be including that, and also with the ranking situation. If you made the top 10 list last year, we're even more critical of you this year, seeing if you took a step forward.
Yes.
So meaning, if you made the top 10 list last year, it's going to be harder for you to make it this year, and then it's going to be harder for you to even move up if we don't feel like you took the next step. Mm-hmm. So that's a key.
I feel like a lot of artists do that though.
Technique and technique is something we're gonna really be paying attention to.
There's another word on there. Let me see.
Complexity, or whatever the fuck the word is. Also creativity. We want some creative things along the lines, man. Those are the 2 things right there. Presentation as far as rollouts, we're including that as well on how you're rolling out your music. Are you just dropping a song every day and no one cares, or are you taking your time to try to figure out a way to make things make sense? So those are some key things.
You made that list yourself? You made that list yourself?
Yes, I did, sir.
Don't put words on there you know how to
So
pronounce.
those are, because I'm using my mind, man. So that's really how we're doing everything this year. I'm very excited for this top 10 list this year. I'm very excited. Years past, I have never started rolling things out this early. I've never done it this early. We got a lot of things in the works that leading up in the next couple months. Because I wanted to make sure this is a smooth transition. You know what I'm saying? We're going to have everything that drops at a certain time and date will drop on those times and dates. Also, we will be incorporating a live stream. We will be live streaming. I believe after the list drops, we may live stream that next day for people who, are going to complain and bitch and moan. Some people are going to be happy. Some people are just going to have questions on where they landed. No.
On the live stream?
They're going to be able to have comments.
You can do that. What we going to do the live stream on? On YouTube?
We're doing real shit, bro. Yes,
Twitch?
I'm not telling everybody all that shit yet right now. Well, we got a lot of things in the works that you won't even know about because you ain't never around for all the real talks.
I've been around.
I'm talking about the real talks when we talking about to the technology that we're adding to this.
What the real talks be happening?
You're not in tune.
What the real talks be happening?
It took you 5 days to reply on the group chat.
I'm sorry.
But what I'm emphasizing to everybody right now is this is going to be probably the longest process we've ever had, for one, and for two, there's going to be no reason that for you to question anything because you're going to see it and you're going to hear it. So like I told everyone earlier, this process might be 6.5 hours because we're going to record from start to finish. We're going to be doing this top 10 list at a professional studio. So we're going to be able to play the music in the background on the computer for the speakers for everyone to hear. We're going to play all of that, and so you're going to hear us debate about each one. We're going to record and document our listening sessions where we sit down and we listen to 25 other artists and make our notes and discuss them and things of that nature leading up to the top 10 list. So we're going to show you guys everything. We're not going to, even when it comes time to rank the top 10 list and we go in our respective corners and we start documenting that part, you're going to see every aspect. You're going to see us
uncut.
Yeah, it's going to be all the arguing. So
like BET uncut.
This is definitely going to be dope, man. So like I said, man, I appreciate everybody tuning in for this video. Make sure y'all share this video on Instagram,
Get my text message
Twitter, all that shit, man. Just share this. And just be known, man, top 10 list time, FollowUp podcast. You know what this means.
It's getting real.
This one matters the most because of not only you guys putting the effort forward, but what I'm doing with this with what I'm doing with this process after it comes out. Who I'm sending it to, who's going to be watching it, who I'm interviewing after this process goes out. Those things are already in the works. Some things are already 100% locked down. So I'm taking the necessary steps to make sure this list is the one that gets the most exposure out of every list we've had. We had what, Jaden? How many votes did we have last year on the fan vote?
5,000.
Over 5,000.
5,000.
Over 5,000. This year I won over 7.
5 times.
And last year you couldn't vote twice. Last year you only could vote once. So we had 5,000 people vote on a Peoria top 10 list for a fan vote for one slot, and that matters. So also one of the main things we're incorporating is besides impact is your effectiveness and how active you are on doing shows and stuff. I understand there's not shows in Peoria, but that's still not an excuse because there's a lot of people who are doing shows outside of Peoria as well, and they're still finding ways to be active. So that's going to be something that matters come this year's top 10 list.
Most definitely.
But make sure y'all rate and subscribe and review the podcast on iTunes and Spotify. Make sure y'all go fuck with that 10K Digitrap episode I dropped, and also Party and Bullshit Part 2 episode I dropped with Jaden, Dell, Solo Vision, and Ill Sounds. They all came through. So make sure y'all fuck with that one as well. We got Gizzy Jones coming up. We got M Young coming up as well. I'm doing like 5 podcasts this week, man. So make sure y'all tune in for that as well. CoJack _FollowUp on all social media platforms. _FollowUp media on Instagram. FollowUp content net on Twitter. And what's all your stuff?
Vante Jackson on Facebook.
You don't have to be that loud, nigga. You hear yourself.
Can I be excited? I'm just be excited to get new people to follow me.
Go ahead, man.
I told you I'm getting my following game up. My followers up on Twitter.
Go ahead.
Hi, Mom. Vante the Villain on Twitter. You know, Vante Jackson on Instagram. I ain't got on my Instagram yet, but I still be getting notifications and stuff. But follow your boy. He follow me.
All right, man.
He follow me.
So make sure y'all lock in. Like I said, the deadline is November 30th, 11:59 p.m. We need 5 songs, 1 music video to qualify for the top 10 list. The cutoff is 110 artists. Like every year I usually do 100, but I'm gonna do 110 this year to be nice. So like I said, man, appreciate everybody tuning in, and we out. God bless. This nigga's a cornball, bro.
I'm trying to